I am spending the next 48 hours eating every single meal at a 3 Michelin star restaurant. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, all of it cooked by a 3 Michelin star chef and his team.
This is crazy. Crazy is the only way to describe this experience.
This is Single Thread, where I'll be spending the next 2 days. It's in Healdsburg, California, has 3 Michelin stars, and is one of the top 50 best restaurants in the world. This is Kyle, and this is Katina, the husband and wife team that runs Single Thread. Kyle's the head chef, and Katina is the head farmer.
Oh, and they're also two of the loveliest people that I have ever met.
Later, we're going to visit their farm, try their stunning 10-course, 4-hour-long tasting menu, but we've got a lot to do before then. It's 8 in the morning. We're gonna go have a Japanese breakfast at the restaurant. I don't normally eat breakfast, but if it's a 3 Michelin star breakfast, I can't really say no, can I? So if you're wondering what's in a 3 Michelin star breakfast, it's actually pretty simple. Eggs, in this case the Japanese tamago, rice served in a donburi, some pickled vegetables, some tomatoes from the farm, miso soup, and some freshly cooked fish. Single Thread is not just a restaurant, but it's a farm and it's an inn, so guests actually can get this breakfast served to them in their room. That's pretty cool. Okay, delicious start to the day, but now it's time for... These are some of the most beautiful wineries I've ever seen.
There's just something about this property that just like grounds you.
We're at Promontory and Bond Wineries, which are close friends and partners with Single Thread. Their wine program, run by Rusty, seen here holding an incredibly large bottle, is incredible and has won the Wine Spectator's Grand Award, which is the highest honor for a restaurant wine program. I don't even drink alcohol. I don't actually know why I'm here. Oh wait, I do know why I'm here. I'm here for this. These absolutely gorgeous bento boxes are our 3 Michelin star lunch for day 1, and they're prepared by this man here. This is Alex, and he's the R&D chef at Single Thread. In these lovely little boxes, we have goodies such as melons and cucumbers, madai with onion and creme fraiche, wagyu beef tataki, a short rib skewer, and of course, a little onigiri. A bento box lunch is meant to have variety, be seasonal and fresh, and not too heavy, and this one nails all 3. The flavor combinations are at times unexpected, like onion with creme fraiche and raw fish, but they work together like an orchestra coming together to perform a symphony. Speaking of which, you're probably wondering, what does 3 Michelin stars even mean? How are these restaurants rated, and why is it important? Well, the short answer is, it's really not. You see, there's a rating system that Michelin uses. 1 star means it's worth a stop if you're in the area, 2 stars is worth a detour, and 3 stars means it's worth a whole trip just to visit that restaurant. Single Thread has 3 Michelin stars. The world's 50 best restaurants list is another list that ranks restaurants all around the world from 1 to 100, and Single Thread is in the top 50. But none of this really matters. What does matter is that the food that the Single Thread team is preparing for us today has been incredible. A few hours after lunch, it was time for dinner, and I felt like I was just non-stop eating, but when the food is this good, I couldn't complain. I'm dreaming of the final Single Thread dinner, but that had to wait because tonight we were going to its sister restaurant, Little Saint. Little Saint literally today got named by the New York Times as one of the top 50 restaurants in the US this year. Crazy! This place has everything. It's a coffee shop, a restaurant, a bar, a community center, and a market all in one building, and the restaurant is entirely plant-based. For this dinner, we had black pudding, biryani, this one was my favorite, a giant salad, beet tartare, and some delicious desserts. I know a lot of people are hesitant on plant-based cooking, but my goodness was this place good. Extremely filling, bursting with flavors, and insanely creative. Day 1 done. Wow. Today we're going to the farm. I guess for breakfast we're just picking things and eating them. I don't really know what to expect, but this is Single Thread Farm, where all the magic happens. If heaven does exist, it's here on this farm. It's where both Little Saint and Single Thread get all of their produce, and it's run by the head farmer, Katina.
What drives us, what inspires us so much, to connect people to their food systems, to have that interaction with nature, with crops, to see the fruits on the vines, to be able to come in and pick it and taste it in real time.
When you're in the restaurant, when you're dining and you're getting the plate and you're getting a little bit of description, it's just kind of a story
And then when you come out here and you experience it, then it's like real, like, oh, I ate that, I saw that, okay.
This place is gorgeous. The dedication to cultivating, experimenting, and pushing for sustainability are all just cherries on top. By the way, if you didn't know, these are where sesame seeds come from. There's a lot of farm-to-table nonsense out there in the world, but this is as farm-to-table as you can get. What's found here on the farm in the morning literally will be on our plate tonight at dinner. Speaking of dinner, I am so excited for this insane dinner, but first, we're gonna have a little picnic outside, 3 Michelin star style. Everything that Single Thread does has so much beauty to it. Just look at the setup of this picnic. Of course, Alex is back serving up some amazing food, and this is technically more than a 3 Michelin star meal because we got some mole sent from the head chef of Quintonil in Mexico City, Jorge Vallejo, who's one of the best chefs in the world.
As we all know, it's such a depth of cuisine, and regional cuisine, flavors and complexities, and the history and the ingredients and the diversity and the biodiversity of the cuisine there. So he does this amazing job at really sort of expressing that. So today's menu is really inspired by Jorge.
So what does a 3 Michelin star picnic look like? Oh, nothing much. Just a beautiful aguachile with spiced tostadas, elote rubbed with miso, and the star of the show, duck tacos with Chef Jorge's mole. This is actually the greatest 2 days of my life. The breadth of what Single Thread can do is stunning. How could dinner possibly be any better? This is it. The peak, the climax, the ultimate dinner. Everything that we've eaten has led up to this. You walk in and immediately at your table is a huge, gorgeous display with tons of food already prepared.
The first course in this menu was 15 dishes. 15 by itself. What? That's insane. There were 9 more after that.
It's perfection in every regard, even down to the details in the room.
And then looked up the DNA sequence for each one of those, and then she wove that into the screen. So
this is one of the best meals in my life, whether it's a spicy corn and mochi fish dish, a beautifully cooked piece of duck breast, or a squash blossom tempura with a hidden compartment for a cucumber and fish flour. These flavors are fresh, they're light, and they're delicious. Chef Kyle said that Single Thread is the story of today. The ingredients are what's in season today, and that's represented in every dish. The restaurant is also so beautiful that I had to take videos of the bathroom too. That first plate of 15 bites marks the ends and beginnings of ingredients. Some of those dishes are ingredients nearing the end of the season, and others are ones that are just making it onto the menu for the first time. Very few restaurants commit as fully as Single Thread does to sustainability, craftsmanship, and depth in cooking all the way from the farm to the table. But not just that, it doesn't matter if they're serving a simple Japanese breakfast, a bento box, a plant-based casual menu, or a picnic in the park. These 48 hours with this restaurant and team were unforgettable.
Oh my god, that meal was so good.